Alright, last Driving Empire update we had the car collection, and not many people are happy with this. Now, I would like to quickly say, I do understand that this update was very expensive. Like, I have the prices here, just for the money boost, which, I mean, wasn't too much. It was 3 million just for the money boost, to get, like, the little increases of money and whatever. 3 million is not too bad, but if you want to get every single car reward, it is 99 million, which is a lot to have. Like, just to have the cars it's a lot. And then to have everything in the game, it's 100 million, like the boost and the car collections or rewards and whatever. That's the reason loads of people are complaining, because of the prices. Now, I would like to quickly say, the whole point of this car collection thing wasn't so that you can get the cars overnight and then you can enjoy them. I know a lot of people don't want to spend their whole time grinding, but this thing is like meant to be, I'm pretty sure, a thing where you set your like goals towards. So like, say you really want the McLaren 720 GT3X. This feature is never going away, so you can like keep collecting the cars over time. You don't need to automatically get it overnight, stuff like that. Like I said, loads of people don't want to actually grind, which is fair. I do know that not many people have time to grind, and not many people just want to sit there all day grinding, but it is like a over time thing. Now with this, there were a couple problems with this update other than them being expensive. One of them being, loads of people don't want to get some of the cars in the collection. Like, if you want to get the XJ220S, some people might not want the Jaguar D-Type, which is all fair, to be honest. Like, you might not be a collector for that, but you might like every other car here, just you don't want the D-Type. And with that, I kind of came up with something. I don't know if Driving Up I could do it for all of the car collection things, but they can definitely do it for like McLaren and the Pagani stuff. So that is swapping the car out. So say you go to McLaren, right? So we go to this one here with the 720 GT3, right? So some people might not want to get the McLaren, I don't know, 675 LT Coupe, right? Some people might not want that. So what you can do is you click on it, and instead of it saying drive or customize or like view dealership and whatever, it will say swap car, which I think, honestly, I don't know if Driving Empire would be able to do this, but I think it could be possibly a good thing to do, because not everyone, like I said, wants some of these cars just to get a car, if you know what I mean. Like, they should be able to swap it out, I think. And with this, because obviously they don't want the cars to, like, you don't want some people to get the McLaren 720 in like under 3 million, because then it wouldn't be fair to some people. I think having a floor price, so on this I put a minimum of 50 million, which means you're going to still have to spend over 15 million for the 720. But it's a little bit better because you can swap it out. So you don't want the McLaren F1, right? You can keep all the rest of the cars. You can swap it out with the Solus GT, which is slightly cheaper. It's still more expensive, but it's slightly cheaper. And then possibly what you could do with this is, instead of having so many cars here, if you don't want the 720S and you don't want the 675 LT, what you could possibly do is swap 2 of the cars out for like the McLaren P1. It kind of adds up to that, but it also isn't like, it isn't under the 50 million threshold or whatever you want to call it. Like, it's still kind of fair, but I think it probably a good thing would be to swap cars, because some people might not want like the Zonda HP Barchetta, so maybe swap it out with a car that they do want. Now this might not make sense, and honestly I can understand why, but if you do get what I mean, then I think it's a little bit better, to be honest, because it kind of gets around that thing where people don't want to spend the money on cars that they don't want. But you have to understand, Driving Empire is still going to keep like the really expensive cars in some of like the good ones, like, you know, like the McLaren one where you have to buy the F1. Driving Empire is not going to change that. No complaining will change that. And they're going to do that for future brands as well. So say like whenever they have another big brand, or like they want to add like more and they keep adding on to more, they're going to keep adding onto that, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. Like, they're going to still have like an expensive car in one of them. And to be honest, I don't think this feature's bad, honestly. It's just loads of people are complaining that they don't have money, but then they don't want to grind for the money as well. It's a little bit silly. I do fully get that not many people have time to grind, like I said, and whatever. You can't use the excuse, I don't have money, but then you don't want to grind. And another thing with this is lots of people complain that you can't actually view the car in the dealership. Like, if you go over to the dealership, it's not the dealership. If you go in offset vehicles and you search like McLaren, for example, so there's 2 here, but what you can't do is you can't actually view it in the dealership, right? Like, I can't view this in the dealership And even if you didn't own this car, you can't view it in the dealership, which I think is a little bit silly. I think you should be able to view it in the dealership because it makes a little bit more sense. Anyway, what I think they should do is in the collection page, when you go in here, they add like an eye icon where if you click it, it will basically go to like this. It will show up the car here. Obviously, you won't be able to buy it. Basically, it will show up like an off-sale car. You won't be able to buy it. It will just say collection car, and you'll still be able to view it, but you won't actually be able to buy it in there unless you have all the cars and you just click claim or something. But I think a viewing thing here would be really cool because some people want to check their cars out in the dealership even though they don't have all of them yet, and the only way to literally check them out is probably going to a YouTube video. That I don't think they should like do. I think they should be able to, everyone should be able to view it with like a little icon there. These are never going away. This feature's never going away. That if anything, they're going to keep adding more onto this. And basically, it's just like a goal to go towards. Like, if you really want the Audi R8 LMS, you go towards that. If you really want the Gunpei Apollo N, you go towards that. Like, you know, like this also. 2 of these Apollos give you money, and then 2 of them also give you a car, like give you a little bit of boost towards the car. So it's not all too bad, honestly. I am also going to show every single one of the car like cutscenes. If you want to know, I'll put that at the end of the video. But I would like to know your guys' opinion on the swap like thing that I thought of. I don't know what else they could really do other than that would get people to like this update. And Jeremy Empire's not giving you the car for free, by the way. They're not changing the prices of the car. So don't go ahead and comment that. Other than that, I have nothing else to say. What do you think about my ideas and whatever for this? And have a good day and enjoy the cutscenes.